Jesus.
Genesis 22 begins. And it came to pass after these things that God did tempt Abraham and said unto him, Abraham. And he said, Behold, here I am. And he said, Take now thy son, thine only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee of. And Abraham rose up early in the morning and saddled his donkey, and took 2 of his young men with him, and Isaac his son, and clave the wood for the burnt offering, and rose up and went unto the place of which God had told him. Then on the 3rd day, Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar off. And Abraham said unto his young man, Abide ye here with the donkey, and I and the lad will go yonder and worship, and come again to you. And Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it upon Isaac his son. And he took the fire in his hand and a knife. And they went both of them together. And Isaac spake unto Abraham his father and said, My father. And he said, Here I am, my son. And he said, Behold the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering? And Abraham said, My son, God will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. So they went both of them together. And they came to the place which God had told him of. And Abraham built an altar there and laid the wood in order and bound Isaac his son and laid him on the altar upon the wood. And in verse 10, and Abraham stretched forth his hand and took the knife to slay his son. When you're going through situations and the burden is heavy, you see the storm that is rising, right? You're hearing the whispers of the enemy, of doubt, of fear. You're feeling the torment. You're wondering, God, how are you going to change the situation with my child? How are you going to change the situation even at my job? How are you going to fix this situation? But again, God wants us to give it to him. We see Abraham being put in this situation where God is asking him to give. God is allowing him to go through a testing. So even as you're going through your trials, you're going through the tribulation, you're wondering how God is going to fix the situation. But again, God is still requiring you to give it to him. So in verse 1 of Genesis 22, when God speaks to Abraham, and it came to pass after these things that God did tempt Abraham and said unto him, Abraham, and he said, Behold, here I am. Abraham's response to God was like a child to a parent. You know, when a child responds, hey, mom and dad, I'm here, that means they're saying that they're readily making themselves available. When God called him, there was no hesitation in Abraham's response. And one of the reasons it was easy for Abraham even to respond like that is because he remembered that his father could be trusted. So when we're giving God the battle, we're giving him the pain, we're giving him the tribulation, you must remember that your father can be trusted. Say, God, I can trust you. This is a part of understanding how I give it to God. You have to already make up in your mind that he is trustworthy. You got to tell yourself, because I have a good father, although I'm going through a testing, although I'm going through a purging, although the storm is raging, although I can't see the end from the beginning, although I don't know how he's going to turn this mess into a message, but I have a father that can be trusted. You have a father that can be trusted.
Jesus.